Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Now, my guy Tariq, you occasionally might, if you're in the comments on an active basis, you see him commenting on the thing. Shout out to Tariq, amazing. He makes some good spoken word and poetry and things like that. So if he adds his details in the comments and you guys are into that sort of stuff, check it out, man. He's a clean-hearted guy as well, and he's also giving me a lot of beneficial pointers in regards to my channel. But he sent me via WhatsApp a link to interview about John Bostock, and to which I said to him, "Is it going to be more of the same?" Because I mean, I know, I kind of know John Bostock's story off like the back of my hand. I mean, I don't know all of it. I'm not him. I never pretend to know anyone. I'm not saying that. What I mean is, it's well publicized. Wonder kid of sorts at Palace, chased by everyone in England and including abroad like Barcelona, Madrid. Went to Spurs and found his way back into it at top flight at Toulouse. In it, he's been through a lot. So I thought it might not tell me anything new, but he was like, give it a try. And to his testament, great vid. Those of you that want to check it out, go on Palace's YouTube channel. It's there. But yeah, he just opened up on life about the move to Spurs as a kid. For anyone who doesn't know the context, he was as are everybody at them ages. 14, he was one of the most standout players. He was training with the first team at Palace at 14. At the age of 15, there was a mad offers from all top clubs for him. At the age of 16, he signed for Spurs. It was all going fun and games. He made his debut. He was training with ages above him, but ultimately it didn't happen for him. Like, this is what I tell you: you become one of the many. Talent is not enough. I don't want to ruin it for you because it speaks on the trials and tribulations, and he's got extremely good resilience because it was a testing time. It was a very testing time for him. When even the incident he gave where he was playing a year above and then he got put in the under 18s and then he was putting unhealthy amount of pressure on himself because he was going in it with the thoughts of, I'm meant to be this wonder kid. I've played at several other ages. The under 18s, it needs to show me I need to impress. And he did put a lot of ridiculous pressure on himself, and it gives you an insight. It also gives you an insight of young players on loan because he went to Brentford. He was playing right wing, unable to insert himself. The Brentford manager needed to save his job. Obviously, if he's playing out of position, if he's a central midfielder, he's not going to be able to play his best. So he's not going to put himself in the shop window back at Spurs. So he had issues there. The main thing for me, he said he would love to have stayed. He should have stayed at Palace as a youth, and he should have, clearly, for obvious reasons. But it's hard for me. I'd say it's teenage naivety in the sense that I have to question the people around him. Clearly, he was poorly advised, whether that was by agents or people close to him. Clearly, he was poorly advised, or if they deemed they wanted the best for him, they didn't seek out expert opinions. He just wanted to play football, to be fair, and then he's a victim of people guiding him into positions he probably didn't want to go in regards to how his career's panned out in his early stages. He also said he read forums. Obviously, back in the days, there was no BBM and WhatsApp and stuff, so he read forums on comments about him and stuff like that. He also said, in a nutshell, what I gained from it was the unhealthy amount of pressure that he was receiving, and he placed on himself to the point where when he left Spurs to go to Belgium, it was a relief because he was somewhat shut out. He just focused on football and regained his love for football, in which he kind of lost. So yeah, credit to him because whatever way you look at it, he's now back playing top flight football. I believe he was at Toulouse now. He's played at Lens. He's played in Turkey as well. So he's still had a good career. And this is what I always say. Is this how careers are meant to pan out? Because yes, we could have said he stayed at Palace and they projected him to go to the first team and then things there. But let's just say the hype was just hype. And then ultimately he wasn't cut out for Palace. And he still had the same similar career he's had. We can't always assume that A equals A and B equals B sort of thing, people. We can't. Because on one hand, yes, I agree with that, but there's also three sides to every story. And he still had a good career. I mean, he's played and lived in Belgium. He's played and lived in France. He's had a loan spell in MLS. And at the end of the day, at 26 years of age, it might not have been at 14, 15 people saying England, future England international top flight club. It might not be that, but he still had a good career. He also he didn't speak on it there, but he had a car crash in Turkey as well. And he's a man that has a lot of faith in God and things like that. And you can see, like, again, I can't not rate his serious resilience. And regardless of what you think about the man and how he's been treated, nobody likes a man when they're down. And I can't not applaud someone that's been knocked down 10 times and has got up 11 times. So John Bostock, you've got my full ratings, man. You've got my full ratings. Also, manager changes as well. Damien Comoli, a director at Spurs, lost his job, as did Hyundai Ramos at a point. People that rated Bostock highly. Redknapp obviously rated him and gave him his debut, but you know how it goes. So it did give an insight into everything. He's still a Palace fan. He still loves it, and it killed him to have his season ticket, him and his dad's, torn up. If those of you don't remember, it was a very, how do I put it? ill sort of exit in regards to Palace. I mean, relations on both sides could have been probably handled better, to the point where the chairman, I believe, ripped up his season, him and his dad's season ticket. And it was nice listening to how he felt as a boy, going in with his bag of sweets and watching Palace, because these are the reason why man want to be footballers in general, because they're going with their dad, watching football, they feel nice, football's all they've known sort of thing. He's a South London man, so it must have killed him, like he said in the video, in fact, not being able to go to Palace because of these problems and things like that. He also gave, like, it was a good insight. It was a very good insight, and it gives a lot of guidance or advice, better yet, for young pros, man, because the pressure he put on himself and he faced, the naivety in regards to his advisors, you shouldn't always look at what's greener on the other side sort of thing. Like, yeah, there's a lot of lessons to be learned, and I can only applaud his courage for coming out and speaking about stuff like this. But yeah, man, go and check it out on Palace's website, YouTube channel, yourself. Guys, deluded, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.